Hey Starlight family, so happy to be here with you today and very excited to be making this video during the daylight. You know how we do. I've got my sound bowl here to clear our space before we begin, and today I will be reading for you and channeling with the help of Goldstone. Now, Goldstone is a very lucky and helpful crystal. I will read it for you here. Got the crystal handbook to help us out today. Emotional healing for those whose dreams were shattered by the insensitivity of parents or teachers at an early age. A reminder of what has been and can still be achieved. It's particularly connected with travel, a better paid career, or a fast track to the top. It's a wish stone, and perhaps you won't be able to see too well with me holding it up close. If you can see those little, let me see if I can help you out here. Yes, those little sparkles in it. It's a stone that looks like the universe, and so it's a great astrological stone. Let us begin. I dropped it in there, eh? It kind of fell in there. I think the stone is excited. Ooh. Okay, I'm going to do slow, careful movements because I can already feel that today's reading is very fast-paced. It's almost nervous energy. It's trembly. I suddenly feel very trembly. My hands feel like they could easily drop everything. Okay, today I'll be using the Wildwood Tarot. This is a new one in my collection. And what really called me to this tarot deck, I mean, it's called a tarot deck, but it's kind of like an oracle deck that mimics the tarot deck because it's got major arcana and then it's got 4 families. We'll get into it, but what really called me to it is the gorgeous artwork. Okay, these cards, I have played with them a bit recently, and they're very slippery and they just sort of fall out of my hands, and again, it's just this very fast-paced, nervous energy. Today's video might be a short one. The messages might be flying out. A 313 right as I looked when I said that. Okay. Goldstone right here. Let's talk about the career path of our collective here today. What's going on? I'm feeling this nervous energy, this desire for a change, this wanting of shifting fields, maybe shifting career paths, shifting of personal morals. Maybe you're very successful and high-end in your job, but it's like you just can't stand being a corporate lawyer anymore, or you can't stand what you're seeing in the news about injustice anymore. Maybe you're feeling called to a different career path, maybe one that risks giving you less money, but giving you more opportunity to be the change you want to see in the world. But that's not necessarily true, my love. Changing career paths, it could actually end up paying you more. That's always a possibility, and I feel like, again, with what we were reading in the crystal book earlier, maybe you believe that it would be, does this want to come out? She wants to come out. You believe that it would be less money because you were taught by parents and teachers and just other role models growing up that doing the right thing will never pay off as much as doing, you know, the clever thing. Anyway, we'll see. Okay, give us some cards here. Desire of change, a desire of shift in perspective, shift in collective, shift in morals. Ooh. Do you not want me to? Okay, you want me to read this card first before we go on. I got it. I got it. Okay, we've got the hooded man. And let me just pull that up for us. The hooded man. The time of the hooded man is here. Whether he appears in the guise of an inner guide and mentor, or simply as a state of mind, you will understand that now is a time to withdraw and rest. After a long journey through the wildwood, many emotions and experiences need to be absorbed. This is the beginning of understanding, not just of yourself, but of the universe. The hermit-like hooded man appears differently for everyone, whether through meditation or solitude in the mountains, through prayer or holidaying in a secluded place. His light will illuminate the way to the heart of the endless cycle of being. Okay, so maybe you want to withdraw from where you've been. Maybe you've realized some things are not in alignment with you anymore. Maybe you need a vacation. Maybe you're just feeling more tired. You're taking up your sick days. You're taking a leave, a stress leave. You're needing a period of rest. You've come to a sudden realization, or maybe a mentor has appeared for you. Your state of mind has shifted. Okay. What will happen if they honor their need for rest? Wow. Okay, everybody, whoever's gonna, yep, you? Okay. If they honor their need for rest, I'm feeling called to this card as well, right at the top. The Seven of Vessels, mourning. Okay, so if you honor your need for rest, you will give yourself the time to mourn. To mourn what you, Seven of Vessels. To mourn what you've realized, to mourn what you've left along the way. Page 6. There we go. This is a time to honor what is dead and mourn for what has gone. Learn the lesson of letting go by offering thanks for cherished moments. Nope. Guys, my bad. Okay, this is a time to honor what is dead and mourn what is gone. Learn the lesson of letting go by offering thanks for cherished memories and being at peace with the past. So if you honor your need to hermit, because this is the hermit in this version of the tarot, what's going to happen is a period of mourning where you'll get to cherish the memories of the past, because that's important. You have a lot of beautiful memories, and where you also have the opportunity to mourn. And it's important to mourn. I know it's uncomfortable to mourn, but it's important to do it so that you can let go. We've got the Queen of Stones, the bear. This is another thing that will happen if you honor your need for rest. Richness and plenty surround you. Your bounty and welcoming nature make you popular with all. Many depend on you, and your natural sensuality makes you powerfully attractive to others. Pragmatism and generosity open doorways at every point of life. If you practice craft or design, be expansive and liberal. A group or community, putting the family first, right or wrong, refusing to nurture. And then they have a question: how can you best promote well-being here? How can you make space to care for yourself or for others? What needs to be preserved? Okay, this is all coming together. First, you will have some mourning. At first, if you honor this call to rest, you will mourn. And then you will begin to be able to pour into yourself. This might mean reconnecting with loved ones that you lost connection with just through the busyness of life. It might mean pouring into a creative craft that you haven't touched in a very long time, they haven't picked up in a very long time. But ultimately, this is who it's going to create you into. It's going to create you into a person who is bountiful and abundant and capable and strong. I mean, a bear is a giant, warm, strong, dangerous creature. Actually, I don't resonate with using the word dangerous here. Something maternal, something that can provide for others. I mean, bears are very dedicated mothers. Okay. What about if we don't honor the call for rest? Just asking it as a question. What happens if collective doesn't honor? Or if, you know, an individual doesn't honor their need to rest, or this call to rest at this time? Okay. They're very slippery cards, all of them wanting to come out. Okay, alright, who is it going to be? Come on, whoever you are, come on out. Okay, I'm not dealing with this messy stuff. You got to be nice and clear for me, okay? Okay. There we go. There we go. If we don't honor our rest. Here she is. Love of the land and of the natural world guides much of what you do. You look often to the wisdom of others and to traditional values to color your life choices. Security brings pleasure. Loyalty crowns every endeavor. Okay. As a person in your life, this might be an experienced and mature individual with a traditional mindset. Pragmatic and steadfast, he or she offers secure and comfortable reliability to those around him or her. He's a natural businessman who understands both value and profit. So I'm getting the vibe here that if you don't honor this call to rest, it doesn't mean that you're, doing the wrong thing. Because life doesn't work that way. There is no right answer, wrong answer, right thing, wrong thing. There is ultimately what I like to call a universal curriculum of truth. And every single life that you lead, every single religion that exists, every single spiritual practice ultimately leads you to that universal curriculum of truth. Ultimately. Every mistruth that you come across in your path also leads you to that universal curriculum of truth, because, like people say, truth will out. When you live in an illusion, you feel uncomfortable. You know that something's wrong. It just doesn't sit right. So what I'm getting is that if you don't honor this period for wisdom, 1313, if you continue as you are right now and you don't honor rest right now, and you push forward, you are going to be a natural businessman or woman or business person who understands both value and profit. You will be experienced, you will be steadfast, you will be pragmatic. This is kind of just another way of navigating the next step of your life. You could be someone, it's interesting that the King of Stones came out when originally it was the Queen of Stones. So it's like you're at a crossroads in your life right now where you can move forward with the guided inner feminine, or you can move forward with the guided inner masculine. And the guided inner feminine, the inner feminine is an energy of receptivity. She receives. She remains open to being receptive. She's creative. She's very powerful, and she's very abundant, and she can pour out into others, and she does. But it's because she honors her rest and because she receives that she can do these things, and that they come from actually her heart. It's because she went into the hermit, into the hooded man, because she mourned what was lost, and because she honored creativity and poured into herself. If you continue on as you are, now you're getting led by the inner guided masculine, and that is somebody who goes out there and gets what they want. They strive, they work hard. They'll, be like, I'm seeing in my head right now, like a little bee, like hitting itself against a window. Except you know how like they'll hit themselves against the window until they're like really hurt, or until somebody in the house has enough enough guts to catch them in a cup. This bee is not going to get smushed in this window. You are not destined to be smushed, okay? You are here to be powerful. You're here to be a queen or a king. Doesn't matter. Totally up to you, and neither is the wrong choice. So if you would like to be somebody who's more down to earth, someone who's pragmatic, someone who is, I mean, let me look on here. I'm just feeling called to read some more. Who offers you the best security or pragmatic advice? What is the intrinsic value to you or others? Where do you need to provide support? Where is life offering you its riches? So this is somebody who's just like following the breadcrumbs and going out. It's a go-getter energy. Okay. So these are two ways in which you can navigate this current crossroads in your life. And neither of them is wrong. What do they ultimately lead you to? Okay, I'm feeling called to this card. Anything else? What do they lead you to? Okay, hello, hello. Okay, and I'm feeling called to this card as well. Okay. Okay, because you came out with your face out, I will read this first. Okay. The Page of Bows. Of Bows? The Stoat. Give me a minute. Let's find let's find it. Sorry, guys. Throat chakra might be significant to someone. Maybe somebody was recently sick, getting over it now. Maybe you being sick is what made you think about these things, you know? What made you think about... What made you think about the universe? Okay, hold on. Let's try this here. Yes, what made you think about the universe? What made you start thinking deeply within? Started thinking about tarot, started thinking about guided messages. Maybe this is why. Because you just got sick and you just got better. I mean, as you can see, I was obviously sick. All right. Okay, the Stoat. With a fierce hunting instinct and its ability to live underground, combined with the changing color of its fur, from white to red, and its black tail, the three sacred colors of the ancient world. So white, black, and red. The Stoat has strong mystical links to the sovereignty of the land. Often you are seen as an emissary, and as such your gifts are widely recognized and honored. See, this is what I'm saying. Okay, navigate this how you will. You are meant to be seen and to be honored and respected. Okay? You're going to be a king or you're going to be a queen, but either way, you're going to be somebody that we look up to, and not in a way like you want people to look up to you, you want fame, you want all these things. No, not like that. We look up to you because you are a great guide, and you are very wise, and you're worthy of being looked up to. Your ability to perceive the truth in almost any matter is vastly helpful, and your freedom of spirit marks you out as an original and unique personality. As a person in your life, this might be a charming and adventurous individual who may act as an ambassador, sometimes overzealous, a stranger who moves through your life, acting as a catalyst for change. You might be triggering for some of the people around you in your life. You might be the catalyst for their change. And being the catalyst means you do make people uncomfortable. You make them ask questions that they would rather ignore. Don't give that up. Continue making people feel uncomfortable. That is your gift. As a friend, this can be a person who's a go-between, who represents your interests. See, this is, again, I'm getting this energy of like high up corporate individual, maybe even a lawyer, maybe a CPA, maybe like a CFA, a CEO. Like, you are a catalyst, you are a leader, you are incredibly abundant. The way in which you invest yourself, the way in which you invest your resources always pays back to you tenfold. And you may be getting called right now to withdraw, to think, to mourn, and to or push past this, right? Like we were saying, like with the inner guided masculine, just push past this and keep working hard and keep doing what you've always done. You can do either one. I think it's always good to mourn, but You can do either one. But either way, you're someone who is a catalyst for change and who is a go-between that represents people's interests. Like, you're in a very powerful position. They can also be hasty and gullible. Whoever you are, though, I feel like you're not very hasty and gullible. I feel like you've mastered that. I feel like this might be like an underdeveloped stoat, and we're talking to a very developed stoat collective here. I'm also hearing like stout, meaning like well-built and well-grounded and strong and dependable. As an aspect or a process, working your way up the ladder, learning to engage with life, devotion to an interest or hobby, being indiscriminate and jumping into the thick of things. As an event or a happening, this can be unexpected news, help from out of the blue, an opportunity to shine, a dream or a vision, strange, unsettling news. Not necessarily bad news, just unsettling news. Okay, again, give me a second. Hey guys, maybe you really should consider like taking your little hermit moment though, because I don't think that you're completely better from your sickness yet. I'm just getting that. I haven't been coughing all day, and now suddenly I'm coughing. As a question, who is offering you an opportunity? What is the advantage of staying where you are? How would things change if you engaged with this? Maybe you're offering you an opportunity to rest a little bit. Okay, we've got the Three of Vessels, which is joy. Arrows. And da, 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 da. These are white cranes dancing with each other. The ability to connect directly to joy allows the healing and empowering energies to flow through you and is a gift from the universe. Also, I'm hearing a gift to the universe. Like, you know, when your child is incredibly happy, how gratifying that is to you as a parent. I feel like the universe feels that way about us when she watches us happy and dancing like three white cranes here. Being able to be joyful and celebrate life fully in gratitude for the amazing gifts we share is a uniquely individual blessing, but is also recognized by those who feel its warmth radiating from us. To be able to embrace love, life's achievements, and the fulfillment that comes with selfless dedication to a shared cause or belief is to be the conduit from which the unseen breath of the divine flows. One of the most common reasons why people lose the ability to feel authentic joy in their lives is the fear associated with loss or grief at the passing of the emotion. Ooh, sometimes we need to give ourselves permission to be completely fulfilled and to experience joy again, and be strong and stoical enough to understand that all of life's trials and tribulations, as well as the blessings and gifts, are cyclical by nature. Okay, so I'm getting a vibe here that maybe you don't allow yourself to feel very much joy. Maybe this is because of the nature of your career path, the nature of your profession. Like, you know that you have to be really strong, and that, you know, when you get good news, that's just like a little breath before the next project. But maybe this is what you're being called to change, you know, about your career path. It's maybe to actually just embrace the joy, and when the joy passes, just understand that only means you're that much closer to the next event that will bring you joy. Don't forget that you are the stoat. You are incredibly pragmatic. You're incredibly creative. You're destined for joy. It's cyclical in nature, like everything is, but that only means that joy is always coming your way. I know this from a friend of mine who's a teacher, so they have the summer off. And they said to me, you know, teachers like don't enjoy the summer because they're counting down the days before the school year starts again, and you know, you have the stress of the school year, right? But the way I see it is like the summer is always coming. You know, the summer is either here, so hooray, it's here, or it's coming, so hooray, it's coming. It's so exciting that it's coming. Okay, and finally we've got the Two of Vessels, attraction. This is giving vibes of like the Two of Cups. I mean, vessels, cups, like. Also interesting, we just had the Three of Vessels, and now we've got the Two of Vessels. And I swear, I've been using this deck. I've been shuffling this deck. We also had the King of Stones and the Queen of Stones. A lot of binaries, a lot of relationships. Here we go. The first shared spark of attraction between two human beings can appear simple and uncomplicated on the surface, but the underlying psychological chemistry and the subtle interplay that ignites that magical first exchange is usually complex and eclectic. As human beings, we absorb millions of subliminal signs and messages from those around us, and we unconsciously process these stimuli and react to them every second of every day. We subconsciously absorb body language, scent, and non-vocal communication and react to them emotionally with impulses and decision-making instincts developed over millennia. Taking an instantaneous dislike to someone is governed by the same set of prehistoric sensory drives developed by human beings when we roamed freely across the African savannah. Love at first sight is as valid today as it was then. Our perceptions and signals are shared, acknowledged, and reciprocated, breaking through the protective barriers and forming the initial polaric bond that is the foundation of deep and lasting attraction. Okay, so what I'm getting here is that, yes, you are a person who is in a position of power. Your career is an incredibly powerful career. You're high up in your career. You're high up in your career because you can get that love at first sight vibe. You have excellent perception skills. And because you have these excellent perception skills, joy is with you wherever you go. And when these moments of joy pass, that only means that the next moment of joy is that much closer. You are clever, you are resourceful, and you are destined for success. You're being called... Where is she? Being called to rest right now. Maybe to mourn, right? Maybe something happened. Maybe you're looking for some changes. But regardless of whether you actually rest or whether you push through, you are destined for success. Okay, I'm going to close out our video today with this deck, Sound Healing. And I pulled out this card earlier. I asked for a card for the end of our session together. And interestingly enough, I got the number 1, which means that you're just at the beginning of a journey, I think. I think that you thought you were at the end of a journey, but every time you're at the end of a journey, that's also the beginning of a different journey. This is true always, even on your deathbed. This bowl asks you to take the higher path, to be the one who turns to the vibration of love so that it becomes your vibration of choice. Palladium activates joy and wonder, playfulness and innocence, and can be a kind of intimate friend and sacred guardian. See, this is what I'm saying. In your career, in your everyday, you're being called to have more joy, more wonder, playfulness, and innocence. You are being called to a new path. This is a new path to you. It can look as familiar or as unfamiliar as you'd like to the old one, but it is a new beginning for you. Palladium, this is the crystal that they recommend on this card, is a grand protector of your inner child. Let your inner child express themselves and jump for joy. Also, I'm hearing let your inner child come out during the in the workplace, and that is actually your secret weapon. Okay, confidence, self-esteem, courage. Activate and stabilizing your personal power. As you listen to the singing bowl recording and receive the essence of the illuminated photo, open to the light of sacred sound and allow this message to be received, felt, and anchored within you. You are love. You are pure. You are divine. I'll talk to you very soon.